Hello, my YouTube friends. If you are new, welcome. My name is Chris. Today's video is about my January perfume tray. Yes, we are already a few days into January, so I want to get this filmed and uploaded. I like to do monthly perfume trays to focus on fragrances that I want to do a better job wearing. Maybe I haven't worn them as much as I want to. And also they're mixed in with fragrances I know that I'm going to be pulling for no matter what. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I typically make fragrance related content. And if you are a repeat viewer or return viewer and not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my YouTube family, hitting the subscribe button. And with that, I'm just going to dive right in. Okay, so one fragrance that I don't need reminding to wear, one I've already been wearing, and one of my favorite releases of 2024 is this beauty right here, Blue Madeleine. Now, this fragrance right here is a little bit polarizing because I think the name is a little bit deceiving. It does not smell like a sponge cake. It does not smell like a cookie. It really smells like a steaming hot cup of tea with a little bit of lemon, a teensy splash of rose. It's very, very milky, and it has, oh God, it smells so good. It has a lovely smoky, woody vanilla in the dry down. So in my humble opinion, I do think you need to be a lover of, or at least a liker of a tea-based fragrance, but it does have a lot of other things going on. And I just find it so warm and cozy, and it is freezing cold right now, so it's perfect. A fragrance that I have been sadly neglecting for a long time is by Boadacious, the Victorious, and this is Boadacious. This is a cherry-based fragrance, and I love cherry-based scents. This is kind of along the lines of Lost Cherry, but not even remotely close. This is a lot different. This is not as sweet. This is not as syrupy. It has a lot of other things going on, and in my opinion, it's a lot more masculine leaning because it has tobacco. I think it has almond. I get kind of this strong nutty nuance. Now that might be the tonka, if tonka's in here, or vetiver, or it could be the tobacco. It's a lot more earthy, it's a lot more powdery, and it's a lot more dry than Tom Ford Lost Cherry. And oh my gosh, this has tremendous lasting power, and this is very, very popular in my family. Every time I wear this, I always get a giant compliment, and it works so well in the cold. Okay, I'm just gonna grab two more. Let's see. So the next one I grabbed is Sugar Addict by Born to Stand Out. This is the only one I have in my collection. I find that this line can be so challenging. So many in this line just are not up my alley, but Sugar Addict was one that I tried. This is one that I actually took to work when I was first sampling it, and I spritzed it on a coworker, and she and I were wearing it all day. We could not stop smelling each other. So to me, this is like a Tonka rum creme brulee dusted with cinnamon and cacao. It's sweet. I think it even has sugar cubes as part of a note. It's very boozy. It's sugary. It almost has a bruleed sweetness. And you know, if you want something similar, this is like a less sweet form of angel share combined with a less tobacco-y, less smoky side effect. So this will put you kind of in the ballpark. Even though I have worn it in the warmer weather, this to me is very much a cold weather scent. This has been, 2024 was really kind of the year of the molecular fragrances for me. I picked up several and I could not stop wearing them, particularly Molecule 04 and Eccentric 04. Now, one that was been neglected of late that I love, love, love is Molecule 01 plus Patchouli. This smells very, very similar to Jo Malone Oud and Bergamot. In fact, I have that fragrance. Do I need both? No. Are they dupes? Are they absolute dupes of one another? No, but they are, you know, they're very similar. There's a lot of similarities between the two. This one is not nearly as citrusy. Oud and Bergamot has a lot of citruses in the opening. This has none. This is kind of like that straight Molecule 01 with a little bit of a non-earthy patchouli. So the patchouli is a little bit more green and fresh in this one. I find that, you know, people like my mom who wears this, she cannot smell it. I can still smell it on her. So this is one of those molecules that you can go anosmic to. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to make sure I wear it for the month of January. Okay, two more that I've had for a while. One I just never mention, and one is really only for the cold weather, and I just love it, but it's not going to be for everyone, and I want to make sure I wear this before the weather starts getting warm. Again, it's like 7 degrees here, so we're not looking at warm weather anytime soon. But the one that I want to get some good wear is Bond number 9, New Bond Street. So this is a very nutty, creamy scent that has some cacao. I mean, it has hazelnuts. No, it's chestnuts. It's vanillic. It has a little bit of cacao, a little bit of spices. It's got a little bit of patchouli. It almost has this creaminess to it. I don't think there's any milk or lactonic accord, but it does have a little bit of a creamy vibe. And when I have worn this, people, or at least one person, said I smelled like cinnamon toast crunch. It is one of the most warm and cozy fragrances, but again, it isn't going to be for everybody, but I love to wear it when it's really cold. Another one I never ever talk about is Meander by Amouage. This is such an interesting, very unique fragrance. It is a sandalwood based fragrance, but it's very creamy. It's very creamy and dusty and powdery, and it has an interesting note of carrot seed. So although not truly like vegetal, it definitely smells like it has, you know, carrot seeds in there. And it also has a little bit of a non-smoky incense. So it's warm, it's incensey without being overly, you know, smoky or churchy. It's not super liturgical. And I think because of that carrot seed really gives it a lot of uniqueness. Very, very unisex. This might even be marketed to men, but I absolutely love it. And if you are a fan of interesting, warm, cozy sandalwood fragrances with a little bit of like an orris butter and a very interesting carrot seed note, this is fantastic. Okay, one that I wear religiously in the winter time, but I know I'm going to be wearing it for the month of January because I never wear this in the hotter weather, is Gris Charnel. This is the Extrait. This is my preferred version. It still has a lot of the same notes as the original Gris Charnel. To me, they're just too similar to keep both, and I really love this one, the Extrait version, more because it's just more cozy, it's warm, it's more woody. The spices are a little bit more noticeable, and this one has a delicious, non-gourmand vanilla in the dry down. It's absolutely spectacular. One of my most complimented scents in the winter time. Love it. Lasts very, very strong and lasts forever. An oldie but a goodie. I've had this perfume so long. I had this even before I started my channel. This is Boucheron Ambre D'Alexandrie. This is one of these, you know, kind of, well, this falls into the category of these fragrances that smell a lot like, you know, like apple pie. This one is like a boozy apple pie. There are no boozy notes in here, but it's very resinous. I mean, it's ambery, it's resinous. And a lot of times when you combine, you know, ambers and vanillas and a lot of resins, benzoin, sometimes tobacco, sometimes dried fruit, it comes up with that kind of apple pie vibe. Again, there's something a little bit boozy about it, so it's like this naughty adult apple pie. I love it, and every single time I wear it, I get compliments galore, and people say, it smells like an apple pie in here. And the last three on my January fragrance tray, one is a fragrance I stopped talking about because I thought it was discontinued. It is by Régime de Fleurs, and this is Falling Trees. This is well, I love to wear woody scents pretty much year round, but I really love to wear them when it's super cold outside, and this is a terrific, very, very woody fragrance. I think the main note is oak. It's warm, it's cozy, it's very earthy. I'm almost certain that the note of cypriol is in here, which is very warm, it's earthy, and it's a little bit spicy. This is an old bottle. They came out with some newer bottles because I've had this for several years, and it has a little bit of incense in the background. Very, very unisex. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. It's already gotten worn at least 3 times this week alone. The next one that, oh my gosh, used to be like top 10 for life. It's still a terrific fragrance. I just have other fragrances that are very, very similar to this one, but it's just very, very yummy, and I want to make sure that I'm giving it good wear, is Minuit et Demi by Fragrance du Bois. This is very much a gourmand scent in my opinion, or it has a lot of gourmand notes, but it's not overly foodie. It has, you know, has caramel, it's spicy, it has cardamom. It does have vanilla, but I get the caramel a little bit more, a little teeny splash of coffee, and I'm almost certain this has pimento or a pimento leaf. It smells very, very similar to one of my favorite Navitus fragrances of all time, Raised Spirits. I cannot, it's been sold out forever. I wanted to buy myself a backup because it is just a masterpiece in my opinion, and it's been sold out. I don't think it's coming back. Unfortunately, these two, or that one, Raised Spirits, and this one smell very, very similar, as does Changing Constance by Penhaligon's. They all smell very, very similarly. It's just a delicious gourmand fragrance that's not overly gourmand. And the last one is a new one that I just got from Vivamor. This is called Vanilla High. Oh my gosh, this is a very butterscotchy vanilla. Like when you first spray it in the opening, it's like a straight up, oh my gosh, butterscotch candy. And I'm blanking on the name. I think it's Werther's, the Werther's candies. It is like a liquid butterscotch candy, one of my favorite candies. Holy moly, very delicious, very, very sweet, very butterscotchy. As this one dries down, that, you know, that sweetness fades, and then it becomes more of a woody vanilla with a little bit of smoke and like some dried fruits covered in tonka. The tonka's very, very prominent in the dry down. Very sweet, very delicious for gourmand lovers who like something that has a little bit of a woody backbone and just a touch of smoke in there. So that's a quick rundown of my January fragrance tray. Perfumes I know I'm going to be wearing, perfumes I'm going to make an effort to be wearing, and fragrances I've already worn. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. If you liked my content, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up. If you have any content you want to see in the next month or so, let me know down below. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.